この世に悪があるとすれば、それは人の心だ。
Isn't it funny how Clark has what looks like a graduation cap or kind of a scholar cap for his sprite? But in the character art and portrait, it looks more like a wizard hat. Which is kind of funny. I think there were some differences and time constraints with the art. Like Mint is supposed to have more of like a priestly meter, according to her portrait. Was more one of those fur hats in her sprite as well. I think I've read that it's actually supposed to. The original intent was it to be a fur hat that she got from her mom, but they changed it in time, but not in time, and so she's half meter, half fur hat. Anyway, we've waffled about a whole lot the other day. Trying in vain, but making a pretty good showing at the tournament in Euclid. And I think we're just about... At this point in the game, we are able to go to the final dungeon, take the fight to Daus, and beat the game. But there's a whole lot of side stuff too. The game isn't as long as I remember, but it can be long. If you not only take the time to explore the side content, but also doing it blind and waffling it around, which teenage me definitely did not do. Teenage me was totally the type to be like, okay, what do you do next? Walkthrough? There's too much to do. Decision paralysis. What do you do? Walkthrough. I'm afraid of doing things out of order, or missing out on something cool. What do we do? Walkthrough. But if I'm constantly going back and forth, trying to do the tournament, fail the tournament, trying elsewhere, alright, there's a bit of progress, back to the tournament, fail the tournament. It does tend to add up in time, but anyway. One big time sink in the future. From Alvinice's former king, is that okay? An ancient permission slip, but checks out. It's only 150 years old. It is from and it's actually from the former king, so it might be an ancient permission slip, but it's still more authoritative than the 9- line. But yeah, the Future Moria Gallery is huge, and I expect it to be an all-day affair. And so, a new section of the Moria Gallery, the houses that ancient dwarves lived in. So this is going to be a biggin. I'm going to want... I'm gonna want Nasu with us, because she's got... Tracta Beam. Hey, Hordian. Good to see you're still alive. Yeah, man. You're like one of the most essential people in the late game. And not only that, level 58 now, so you've caught up with Nasu and Mudu-sama. You're only behind Guinea and Mint, but then everybody else is, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. But look at this, Hordian, look at this. The main character swordsman who's supposed to be uber powerful. Attack, 1046, 1046. You, 1856. You are so much more powerful, and all you gotta do is stand behind me while I take all the punches. What the heck, man? And if I give you some other bow, if I give you Soul Stealer, it's 1977 attack, so it claims it steals your life for extra damage. And if I give you one of the spread weapons, it drops the attack by half. But one, that only puts you a little bit behind the main swordsman, and two, those bows do 2 arrows at once. So you can do ultimate attack, or you can do on par damage twice per attack. What could you say? My face is punchable in a cute way. Well, thank you, Hordian. But yeah, the first time through the Moria Gallery, I was like, we gotta have Arch, we gotta have Arch. Arch has a tractor beam. I remember the tractor beam being super important for certain enemies. It was in the future. It was in the future where you have certain enemies. There's a couple of really tough enemies here. It's all coming back to me now. I think one of which was like a little sea urchin, but on land, so just a normal urchin. A tiny urchin. It's basically the equivalent of a tonberry, except so much worse. You can barely touch it, and it's instant death if it touches you. And I'm pretty sure it's either tractor beam or I was thinking of the little gnome creatures, and we've already passed the gnome creatures. Either way, that's one super dangerous thing. The other are yetis. I remember the yetis. Do they, like, shoot icicles from the sky? And they've also got a giant foot kick? So, if we're gonna spend all of today going to the Moria Gallery, and it's gonna be hell. Primarily for those two enemies. You just got home from the gym after a week not going. Damn, Hordian, the week was busy. That's why you need push-ups, Hordian. Push-ups at home are always free. If you got a clean spread of floor, then you got push-ups. Let's see, go Berserk, HP over TP. I'll put her on no spells for now. How are we doing item-wise? Lemon gummy, pine gummy, apple, remedy, orange. 15 life bottles. 14 holy bottles, 11 rune bottles. Maybe I should max out first. And hey, Hordian, if nothing else, busy is good. It's always better to have a busier week than to have a week where you feel like you're not doing much. Item shop, item shop. I keep forgetting which way it goes. Now me. I've been so busy with Crusader Kings 3 again since Elder Kings 2 had its update. I'm still missing pretty much all the DLC after Royal Court. So, no adventurers for me. But they made a lot of changes between my inaugural playthrough when Elder Kings first came out and this month. Pick up a few more rune bottles. Okay. Probably also want to max stuff out of the pharmacy. It's a shame they split the item shop to item shop and pharmacy, so I can't just go to one stop for it all. There's a path out of town. Inn. Nothingness shop. Pharmacy. Good on remedy bottles is excellent. Okay, what I'm going to do. I am going... Oh yeah, I got more brooms too. Rune bottles. Let's transform all these lower versions to their top versions. Pine gummies for TP. That's orange. But there's also mixed gummies. I could transform the mixed gummies to Miracle Gummy. I'm thinking maybe after finishing the Moria Gallery, the primary things that are left are the tournament. I think we're okay with most other side stories and subquests. And so beyond that, it should just be this, the tournament, Suzu's parents. And I think that'd be everything then. I think we would have done everything in the entire game, outside of beating the game. I know? Do I now, Hordian? Also, all those charm bottles. We had all those super expensive weapons we bought. And we've been saving up all the charm bottles without ever using them. We have so many charm bottles we could have used. The Nyx Gummy. 15 of these items. Alright, so... 15 Pine for 60% TP. 15 Lemon for 60% HP. Max on Basic Apple. Gotta max out again for Basic Orange. Max on Miracle for 60% HP TP. And then 30% HP TP. Oh yeah, there's also the, that reminds me. There's the Pirate King's Descendant and chasing his treasures around. I haven't seen where that starts off at, and I've been pretty much everywhere. So I think I might just walk through where to pick it up on. When you start climbing a wall or climbing a mountain, and it's super pretty at the bottom and the birds are singing and whatever, but it goes vertical very fast, You hit that with the software you're writing. Aw, Hordian! So what you're saying is that you have pretty good progress that you're super proud of. But the point between here and the summit looks impossible to you? Writing code to insert 2 million rows in a database. I'm no software engineer, so my experiences with databases and inserting 2 million rows would be hand inserting them. That sounds like a pretty frightening task. Writing code to insert 2 million rows. Do I still have my knowledge of BASIC? I'm pretty sure with BASIC I could just put like a simple nothingness to spam new lines forever. But something tells me that's not exactly what you want, is it? Plus, who even uses BASIC anymore? It's not like I was going to school in the 80s. I was taking computer classes. In the 90s, it was basically how to type, and then if you did good at typing, you could play the game afterwards. But if you're a brat like me, you try to get out of the typing to just play the game, that the teacher gets really mad at you. It was basically the new millennium, when we were doing like middle school and high school classes to like actually program. And Mr. Calderon was still teaching us BASIC. I mean, I guess it's better than nothing, right? BASIC might not be JavaScript or whatever. It's still giving like a foundational base in thinking programmatically. Oh, these guys just pop. But man, Golden Boy Kintaro, right? When was Golden Boy released? Golden Boy manga 2011, Golden Boy TV series 2022 United States. I don't think these are what I want. Golden Boy anime release. 1995. 1995 the anime was released, and in the first episode, they're having jokes at his expense for having worked so hard to teach himself BASIC. Who even uses BASIC in 1995? Mr. Calderon? Who uses BASIC in 2001? You were doing some stupid shit, trying to do two things at once in a very inefficient way. You're pulling a yandere dev then. You took... Is that 1 million? To insert all that data? Wait, do I still have my shortcut down? 2. 3. The shortcut down should still work. Yes, it does. Oh, okay, okay. I misread that as like some kind of notation for 1 million something or other. 1 minute and 33.61814433304 seconds to insert all that data. And some milliseconds. That's not as bad as me probably spending a week project to insert all that data. Manually, by hand. Because if there's one skill that Child Me did pick up with computers, kinda hard to pick up any other skill when Dad only wants a 1984 Apple into the year 2001. Alright, so, floor 9, and that was the deepest at the time, right? It's not even hurting us. These monsters that were giving us so much stress before don't even matter. So where would the new passage be? With the stupid shit you were doing, it was taking like an hour without being able to do it. Oh no. Oh no. Hordian, you somehow made it manual guinea hand putting in route. So not here, hold on. Where do I go? Maybe it's not by way of the shortcut then. Maybe the shortcut down only goes as low as you were ever able to go. But where was... Hold up. No. It wasn't this way. That was the way to a chest. The way down to... Was it Maxwell? Yeah, Maxwell was down and to the left from here. How did he miss? The sprite of his sword intersected with the slug. Also, feast your eyes, Hordian. But if you look carefully, literally right over there behind me, you know what we got? There's a little sleeping kitten inside there. If I put my phone here and blind myself, you can see him better. But technically, it is cat stream right now, too. I'm not gonna keep the light on him, of course, because he's sleeping! He's a little baby! Get my windows back up here, okay. Those stairs there. Those stairs are what I want, we just gotta go through fire to get there. When you were doing some horror game streams, the way you lit your face up with your phone, turn the camera flash on, put the phone inside a sock. I can see this being properly spooky though. So the light was moody. See, I just got myself this LED light thing here. I had a proper LED lamp, but that thing died. And this thing is supposed to stand on a mount, but I just have it sitting upside down on top of my computer since... The mount was pretty shitty. You put that thing on top of a mount, and it was like... It's like the mount was like this, and the LED light is like this. In fact, not even the whole toothbrush, just this much. This much of the toothbrush, and this much of the light. Obviously, that's not gonna stand up. I don't even know where the stand is, because that thing just wasn't worth the plastic. Okay, so this was the bottom floor. Dead end, it claims. They said other floors have been discovered though, so it wouldn't just be through here. Alright, this is... yeah, that's a dead end. So it's not by way of going towards the original bottom. If we want the new bottom... Maybe I was too proactive in getting here. And we have to use, like, the standard hallway at the top. I have got to get myself a coaster or something, so every time I put my blast down it doesn't make a reverberating up the base of the mic to the boom arm for the mic itself. Or maybe get one of those hanging kind of microphone mounts, so desk reverberations don't impact it anyway. Especially with these cats, man. These cats love to sit exactly on the part of the desk where my mouse is, where the cables for everything flow together to be out of the way, where the microphone is, and the way this thing is positioned. They're just constantly at it. But imagine if it was like hanging here or something, then maybe it might attract them to start swiping at it. Because you know cats. You know how cats like to play. This just goes down the normal way. It can't be down this way. Tiny guys are so hard to hit. Okay, for the sake of time, help me out here, GameFAQs. Where do we start to the lower levels? Alvanista, Nancy and Elwyn, Moria. Open the way for 2 extra quests, Treasure Quest and the lower floors of the Moria Gallery. Oh. Oh. So the lower floors aren't available yet. If I want access to the lower floors, I actually have to do something else first. GameFAQs also says that the pirate's treasure is also unlocked after the final bit of story we have to do before Douse. Which is why we haven't found anyone saying, hey, my pop was a pirate, do you want to find his treasure? LOL, yes, no. So, one thing I've been avoiding doing is that over at Ari, they've been straight up telling us, douse, 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 douse over here. There's a cave to the northwest, there's a mountain that went missing. Before we did the romantic winter scene, a soldier of Alvanista straight up told us, hey, get going already. So hey, let's get going already. Castle doesn't exist in any temporal location. Do I want you to explain the stupid stuff you're doing, Hordian? Or leave it at the duality of the programmer's life? You can try, Hordian. You could explain, but I won't promise to understand. Like I said, my only real programming experience professionally was being taught how to program in BASIC back in school. And while it was easy enough to understand, we had this big project at the end of the year where we had to make a joint program together. Somebody had to make like a number randomization thing. Somebody had to make like some other input-output thing where it says, what color are your eyes? And you write in a color. It would say, oh, this means you are such and such. So you had to be able to write the text, have it input an answer, and link it to an output. I was so worried of messing things up. I was like, please give me main menu, please give me main menu, please give me main menu. I got the main menu! All I gotta do is make one page that links to everybody else's projects, yeah! I was so happy for that. I got the easy part. So, you could try Hordian. Maybe even if I don't understand, you could like rubber duck off of me. The 2.5 million rows of database, yeah? You have info you want to aggregate at another table for stuff. I'm already lost. Trying to do it while also trying to insert the stuff in the database. Okay. Info you want to aggregate at a table while also inserting the stuff into the database. Trying to do things linearly in a horribly optimized way. But even horribly optimized is optimized, right? But Moody, you've already used your wish with the Eternal Sword. If it's in the past, then Origin can't show us stuff in the past anymore. You cut it down from 1 hour runtime to 1 minute. That's a pretty good cut, man. How are we gonna get there? We have flying machines. Wind's too strong for the airbirds. Ah! Hey, Bitter. Am I going to attempt Moria and lose my mind? That is my intention for today. I tried wandering around Moria for a bit, and I was like, I don't see the entrance. It's not where Maxwell was. It's not down here. GameFAQs helped me out, and GameFAQs was like, do the plot first, dummy. It opens up afterwards. So, just unlocking the door first, then I'm diving right back in the hunt for the bottom. Each of those 2 million operations you were doing, Hordian, was trying to, at the same time, do 500 more. So, if I'm understanding this right, on paper, it should have worked out that you have joint functions that you can and should be able to do at the same time. But because it's so many you're trying to do at once, it's trying to fit an entire pot of freshly cooked spaghetti through one straw. 2 million times 500 for 1 billion. Is a scale the problem, Hordian? Like, if in regular use, just inputting stuff normally day to day, it wouldn't be so bad. But it's all this million and billion all at once is a problem? Or, like, should it be able to handle this load? And this load just isn't happening. Eternal Sword is a teleporter. You know, I know that Douse is supposed to be like, he's a villain, but he's doing it for good reasons, and he tried to do things a diplomatic way, but then humans attacked him, and so what choice did he have but to become the villain that they wanted him to be? I get it, I do, but he's built his castle out of skulls. I think that's putting a message out there. Okay, Origin, can we go back? Yes. Man, I remember Moria being experienced. You're not wrong there, Bitter. That's why I'm fairly certain that if I'm going to do Lower Moria, it is going to be a fully dedicated full-day stream, and this is the day that I'm fully dedicating to it. Okay, there's Valhalla Plains. There's Alvanista, so here. Here? Here. Thank you for the good luck, I know I'm going to need it. I only have vague recollections of going down here because it's been quite possibly 2 decades by now. I know I played it as a piratey teen in high school. And I know that I don't think I've played it any time since, so could very well be 20-odd years. And of course the hardest step 1 is, alright, we did the look at the castle, now where is the actual entrance? The hardest part of it. A 3 to 4 hour run if I'm collecting treasure. So yeah, full day it is. I got 15 white bottles on me, and I fully expect that those white bottles aren't going to last the entire trip. Under the new section of Moria Gallery. Even for that, yeah, they said that already. Okay, so I don't waffle around too much. There's gonna be plenty of going around in circles. First floor, yada 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 yada. Moria Gallery lower levels. 11 new levels to visit. Must have used Eternal Sword to reveal Dallas's castle in the future. Okay. Stairs in the upper left corner of the first level. Downstairs to 9B. See, I went there like 20 minutes ago. I went there 20 minutes ago, and because I hadn't used the Eternal Sword to reveal Dallas's castle yet, there was nothing. And so I just wanted to check the game facts to point me towards the start of it. Because I've already gone down to 9B, and because I did it out of order. I know. According to the game facts, I just unlocked it by seeing the castle. I just wanted confirmation. Confirmation for, hey dummy, go this way. There's your 11 new floors, enjoy. From here on out, it'll be fresh eyeballs. Computer science called Big O Hordian. I remember that cartoon. General range and time required for a function. I'm sorry, Hordian, I was completely missing what you were talking about. The thing you wanted to do was search for unique results within those millions or of rows. Instead of searching linearly, use trees for searching. Absurdly more efficient. I kind of vaguely remember that, not from Mr. Calderon's class in Programming Basic, but from Homestuck. Trees cut half the data to search per operation if you have 2 million things to go through. First operation, search only 1 million, then 50k, cool. Execute 1 operation for each thing. And there's a new person here. Room to the northeast. So if I simply did what the game wanted me to do, when the guard was like, hey, Alvanista guard here, why don't you go to the northwest cave? And if I went to the northwest cave and then came back here, there'd be a whole lot less waffling. So then... What do you say again? Northeast. So then Hordian, where does it go wrong? Or has it not gone wrong? You said that it looks beautiful now, but the mountain is now a sheer vertical cliff, right? If it's linear, if you have a list of 1,000, and you want to find an item and it's the last, you gotta go through all 1,000 things. I can see that not being ideal. Oh, there's people! Providing food and other supplies, but not affiliated with the government. Do they not see my royal crest, my royal permission slip? The fact that all the Nistas, king and queen 150 years ago, put their hope in me. They're like, we gotta stay neutral. We can't involve ourselves in this Dao's conflict. But why don't you go off, little boy, and kill him for us? We are the government assassins. What do you mean you gotta charge me? Stuff I already bought. Ooh, they got new stuff here. Man, I was going back and forth between the item shop and the pharmacy to get gummies, and then rune bottles, so I could convert the gummies, and then buy more rune bottles, and then buy more gummies. They have it all right here. They got their all-in-one store right here. Southern doors, the lower caverns. What have the rest of you got? Bizarre items, base camp, recover as many dwarven artifacts as possible. They better hurry up then, because I got all day to find every single last treasure. Powerful monsters, the lower caverns. Oh, down we go then. We're trying to find a page and a book. You go to the middle, you go to the middle, and so on. That's basically it. Alright. It makes sense so far, Hordian. Oh good, they put a save right here. I was tempted to go back up to the previous save, but they were smart. When I said earlier that my holy bottles probably aren't going to survive the trip, I didn't mean like this. You have a snack, it'll be gone before I finish this? Oh yeah, definitely. Especially if you have my appetite bitter. I'm the kind of person who's like, I'm gonna buy this many snacks, and this many snacks is gonna last me throughout the week. Day one, I'll go through 3/4 of a bag and be like, you know what? I'm gonna pig out on these. I don't want to pig out on these later on. If I pig out on these today, then I won't pig out on these later. And then later in the week, I'll be like, where did my snacks go? Got cool new background art. Alright, first enemy, how hellish are the big feats. What are the two that I remember being hell on earth? Nasu. Explode? Give him the old explode. Okay, it wasn't spikes, it was snowballs. Let's hope it hit him before we did that. Oh, come on, it didn't touch him yet. Come on, I was still working through you. Oh no, too close, too close. I don't want to be close to these spikes up. You're not allowed to walk up to me and then spike. Okay, Cinderhawk I'll keep. Cinderhawk seems pretty good for them. Fire from a distance. What else to carry on? Soul Wave, Firebrand, maybe good old Blade Storm. Maybe keep Firebrand for up close then if they're too close for Cinderhawk. Definitely better. Pincering is the worst. That is why in this game it's pinch or be pinched. When you could pinch the enemy to their edge. Great. Brilliant game. 11 out of 10. When they pinch you, worst thing ever. Wolf Team, what were you thinking? Firebrand. Maybe teleport? Maybe teleport. Teleport and get some distance. What do I have on everyone? Guinea's got Body Amulet. I don't think I need the Body Amulet or the Nymph Ring right now. Jade Ring. And what else? I don't know how obnoxious these enemies are going to be. Maybe put on some paralysis or petrification just in case. Gordian Battle Rune will give you... I like the Nightmare Boots on him. Make Gordian faster. Why does Mint have 2 mystical runes? I lost track of how many mystical runes I was giving her, wasn't I? She's got mana earrings. Get those back, silly. Mystical rune, Jade Ring. She's already got what she wants. Okay. You can be obnoxious, but when you're dominating, it's great. So I do want anti-petrification. Remedy Bot, and then... Nasu. Indignate them for me, will ya? That was only 1,700. How about Ray? Ray, instead? I don't like how close it's getting. Okay, form. You two get all the way to the back there. Don't you dare summon Lich. Hording, keep him off. Come on, get off of them! Is Hordian dead? Almost. Well, good news is, one man Kakor is off. He drops to the ground. I like that attention to detail. When the flying character gets petrified, she just... Phoomp. Which was it? Recover? Erupted the jerk. Only one hit anyway. Okay, so... had the right idea being paranoid, but Gorgon amulets are back on the menu. I say that, then the next swarm of enemies are going to be all paralysis. It flies though, so who do I want protection on? Because I do want them to have their good stuff. But I also want them safe. Front two and hope we don't get ambushed. Nasu, what's good things to keep on? You got Tractor Beam on. I'll turn Tractor Beam off and turn it on when I need it. You love going in and out, being 20 levels higher. It is gonna be like that, isn't it, with all the fights here? And there's no holy bottles! There's no holy bottles, so I can't even try to avoid the fights either. So we're gonna be rich by the end of this. How about rank? 10. Some holy feels like a good compromise. Fairy rings. Is that the resurrect ones? Do I have fairy rings? Half TP use. Wait a minute, half TP use. Half TP use, you say? Rune bottle on the... I was accepting the 1/3, I didn't even consider I could rune bottle them. Well, that's even better. And that's a lot better than trying to put 2 jade bottles. Like I was doing before. Taking up 2 accessory spots. Jade ring. Fairy ring! See what I get for not experimenting as much. Now, where did you get to? ADHD meds are powerful. Is that your superpower, Hordian? You finally have that chemical focus. Disintegrating. Protect ring. Salamander, sorcerer. Wait. Am I completely blind? I had 3 jade rings. Mental ring, a gradual TP restore. Deflect ring for disintegration. Protect ring. Armlet, salamander ring. Sorcerer ring, body amulet, heavy stone. Fairy ring, decrease TP needed, use magic by half. They exist. Where'd you get to? Nasu gets to wear them? What's up with that? Don't tell me that Guinea doesn't get to. Guinea doesn't get to enjoy a fairy ring. Is that what it is? Is this discrimination? Is he not comfortable enough in his masculinity? Hold up. That does not sound right. Bless doesn't get to use a fairy ring? Details of Fantasia accessories, RPG shrines. Berry ring. Mint Clark arch. Ah. Whereas Jade is not limited. Kleskan in your game. Maybe it's a version difference. Also, I looked it up bitter, and it turns out that the PlayStation version does in fact also have a singing dog. So, singing dog, and the PS1 version, it's safe in that way. Well, I did make a save. I miss out on 2 fights. Thank goodness. Okay, so Guinea will keep his. Nasu, yours can have an upgrade. Rune bottle, rune bottle, rune bottle. Down to Jade Ring. So, Gorgon Amulet and Jade Ring. EP cost by 1/3 is the best he'll get. Gorgon Amulet will keep. Do I want him to keep the Battle Rune? Might as well. Mint double mystical rune is way overly ambitious. I don't know where you got that idea. Nasu, you lucky, lucky devil. Berry Ring TP consumption by half. Tractor Beam will do on command, Ray will start off with. Guinea, what did I have you on? Blade Storm. Teleport if they're too close. But could use Soul Wave. They're both 20 either way. But I do like how Soul Wave has a chance of pushing enemies further backwards. Cinderhawk I'll keep. Do I want Soul Strike? Soul Strike is Teleport plus Soul Wave versus Soul Edge plus Soul Wave. Let's do Cinderhawk for the default. And if I want to use one of the other ones. If it's from a distance anyway, Edge and Soul Wave. I wouldn't say plus is boned. 1/3 might not be as good at... Alright, the models again. Might not be as good as a half, but it's still some discount, and I was super greedy in giving all the TP up items to him, so he has so much TP, and gets so much TP back if I don't have to use too much of it in a fight. Easy fight to start with, pushing the ghost into the demon. Yui Naru. Yeah, short range and long range is kind of... I don't mind the short range, long range system. In general, it makes good enough sense. Except for edge cases that pop up way too often, when an enemy will be right on the boundary between short and long. And maybe it's just me, but I think short range goes too far out. I think that short range possibly goes into the domain of long range. Long range could probably annex some of that short range territory and nobody would be too upset. What did I say about now that I've got my anti-petrification, the next enemy group is going to be paralyzation? Recover! Keep away, keep away, keep away, keep away, keep away, keep away. Half the reason that Bladestorm is so good throughout the entirety of the game is sometimes you just want the enemies gone, out of your face. Okay, I have a cunning plan. It might seem like a stupid plan, given how much Guinea is going to be using TP costing techniques. But I'm going to give him Body and Gorgon amulets. If he is immune to both paralysis and petrification, then nothing could take him out of the fight short of instant death. Not with a single hit at least. So he's going to be using lots and lots of TP, but there'll be occasional fights where he could afford to just use regular attacks and rebuild some of it. And the lower gallery hasn't even started. This is just the preamble. This is the vestibule. This is just the entrance, really. We haven't even started any of the dark mazes or whatever else we have in here. Anything short of instant death, I said. You think the PS1 version is harder? Really, Bitter? Even with the Super Famicom version having, like, the first game syndrome where things are a little bit unbalanced because they haven't made the subsequent versions that fix it up yet. Really? It gets worse. Resurrect, raise dead. You would think resurrect resurrects. I also like how Hordian is the only one we've had to see raise the dead on so far. Every single time the spell's been used, it's been for him. These things are called bee flower. I just noticed. Think I want... Do I want to risk putting recover, turning recover on? Because on the one hand it'd be nice to recover without having a tut or two, on the other, I don't want her to waste time on poison if everyone's at low HP. You're having a beer? Bye. Celebratory beer, I'm assuming, right, Hordian? Before getting through your mega project here? B12. Nope, that's nothing. Well, results of you getting over your burnout. That's good! That's celebratory. Whoa! enemy type I've forgotten. I already hate them. They're mini Maxwells. They're actually Maxwelling me. Get off of us! Get off of us! And they explode. I'm amazed nobody's dead. I saw the red health and I thought, oh, someone's gotten to 0. Of course they have. Oh, Gimmy's not in the group photo. They waited for me to die. They waited for me to die and finish it without me. The disrespect. Mint and Nasu wanted to claim those levels for themselves. It's gonna get worse. It's only going to get worse. Maybe I should actually use food. I haven't been using food and haven't really felt the need to. It's been real smooth sailing this entire playthrough, with a few rare exceptions, but I feel like I actually want to make use of my food supply. Oh, that was a waste. 22,200 was it? Aw, Beastmen and Tusk Boars. Less awe. Dead again? Not dead again, but almost. Okay, dead again. Come on. And of course, because I opened my food menu last. In combat, it's food menu. Wolf Team. Wolf Team. Wolf Team, I understand what you were doing. You have the freedom to organize your inventory as you see fit. But maybe in combat, have me just have my combat-ready items. Oh, good, nurse. Thank you. Thank you, Mint. Don't you go what's Natsu doing? She's not even doing anything. She's just flying around. You tell her to use some spell only. I got you, boss. I'll handle this by next Tuesday. And of course she only focuses on the thing right in front of her, and not the demon constantly summoning liches. Constantly summoning liches. I just woke up. I just woke up from my dirt nap. I just woke- Alright, you go- guys, run away, run away. I would love to not have my protagonist dead forever. You can't even... There's no escape from that. I think the Beastman probably over-accelerates the resistance to running away. First death of the day, we didn't even get any treasure! We died before we got to see anything cool. Oh, there's an idea. What if I just put... What is it, white orbs? If I buy a bunch of white orbs, just like, maximize my run away and run all the way to the bottom? Cast Luminaire. I mean, we have Indignation, that's the equivalent, isn't it? That's still good. Gorgon. The old Gorgon and Paralysis combination. I could try mixing up weapons for elemental exploitation. Black Hole and Asuka. I have Asuka, but I want to keep Nasu with. Black Hole. I have Death Cloud. I think I took... Oh no, that's right. I took a peek at the walkthrough, right? To see, like, is there really nothing else at the... I took a peek at the walkthrough to look at the ninja village to confirm something, and it turns out that the bits of forest around the village wasn't just plopping the village in the middle of a route. It turns out there's actually stuff in there to find. So at some point I do gotta go back to the ninja village and pick up a spell that's around there somewhere. I could bring Clarth for Asuka. I had vague memories of Tractor Beam being essential for one enemy. Maybe I'll sneak into the gnomes from earlier. Maybe I'm thinking of something that I could just run away from. But I guess we could try... We could try having Asuka take the field. Haven't been ambushed yet, so I let these guys have a little bit of distance. Muru. Then again, this is not... Yeah, this isn't the PlayStation, so... Any foreknowledge from then. Run of 232. Starcloak is God, Ring, Cap. Shielded from magic, and what else have you got, Muru? We could try giving you a fairy ring. Have you do a bunch of spells with freer cost. Shielded, bonus HP, immune to heat, bonus TP, but not by too much. Smarter fighter, I think, is more TP. Stronger fighter, 50 more attack. Man, can't believe everyone who casts a spell gets to use a fairy ring, but not Guinea. Origin. Did I loot the 22 treasure locations? I have not, in fact. It turns out that the person who starts that quest is sitting at the pub, and was it Freeskill or Airy? And I've spoken to everyone that they have there, so... if I had already revealed Dallas's castle, he would have been standing there, we would have started the quest. Anything short of instant death. So that's another one of those things that I simply cannot do until opening the final dungeon. We finally got to see someone who isn't Hordian. See the little ghost coming back. I don't like that death scream. Can chat accept links? They can. Food bag. That's right, I haven't done the food bag yet. That means I get to spare 1 mackerel. Two chickens and a whole buttload of mackerel. Bonky.com. I fleet treasure hunt. I do have game facts in another window. I'm not following it, like, religiously. It's mostly for, like, okay, did I miss anything here? anything here that's a one-time thing? No, good, okay. But I do have it up for if I do get stuck on the treasure hunt. Wild Wolf. Oh, this is the Fenrir fight again, is it? Which, he's immune! Okay, the fact that Hordian could penetrate is great, but nobody else can really do anything right now, so run away, run away, run away. Getting hits on the way out. Ah! What am I using? Wait, Eternal Sword has no elemental type. So maybe it's less he's immune to what I'm using and more I need an elemental type to hit him? Because Hordian, Elven Bow is... Wait, it was 0 when I hit, but Hordian did damage. The fact that Hordian could penetrate. Am I wrong, Hordian? Am I wrong? But Eska also did 0 to it, so I think that light is not the answer for that one. Ability with an element linked. Possibly? But still, I'm not going to take all the damage to explore and find out. Okay, change attack. Mudu, don't call spirits, because I want you to eliminate. I want you to eliminate that floating thing in the back there. You do exactly as I tell you. Ifrit, I imagine it hurts from fire, but Ifrit does not do all that much individually. It probably doesn't have a specific weakness. Very few things I've checked up on do. Earth weakness, really? Really? Banshee has earth weakness. But it's probably more useful to use Maxwell than just pound it with balls over and over. Oh no, defense down. When water heals fire. Could be a grease fire. These enemies can be greasy enough at times. I think I'll keep Maxwell as a default for now. Good non-elemental damage. The only one who cheated out of getting damage from Maxwell was Origin, and we've already turned him into our bitch. So Maxwell should be good for everybody else, and if it turns out that something has a particular elemental affinity better dealt with by something else, we could always tell him to do something else. This is my TP restoration turn. Asuka not as effective on this version, really? You looked it up. Well, that's all fine for me, because that means more Maxwell every single day. I gotta check the side path. B13. Oh, that's B13. What's down here? almost missed out on loot. Orange gummy, but can't read anymore. Dark bot. They take my white bottles away from me, and they think I want more enemy encounters. Asuka very effective to teenagers back when in the days of Evangelion. Well... That's different, Hordian. That's not gonna help us out with things that can kill us in 2 seconds flat. It was orange gummy, right? 30% TP. There. Make some room. You get rid of sundaries and into cinnamon rolls. That is good growth, Hordian. I used to have a thing for yanderis back in my 20s. They're pretty cute, but it turns out that the only real reason I was into them was I thought it was romantic that someone could have so much love for you, so much devotion, that they'd be willing to kill others and yourself. That's really sweet. But the underlying issue is that I didn't really have healthy emotional intimacy. And so now it's like, oh my goodness, this is horrible. This is, on top of physically dangerous, such emotional hardship you have to accept in your day-to-day. This is terrible. You know, once you grow up and have better emotional outlets and experiences. The only thing this place needs is 4 times more encounters. Ooh! It's gonna have 4 hours minimum of more encounters, so we're gonna be there. Okay, runaway fight. Hordian's eating shit. He's gone from full penetration to shit eating. And on a Friday of Lent, Hordian. The Vatican has already given permission for capybara to count as a fish. I don't think they're gonna count shit eating. Bro, stop killing it. I can't help it! You got good damage. I like to keep you in the front. You got good damage for no TP cost. Where else am I gonna put you? If it's any consolation, Hordian, I died last time. We got to see my ghost fall down from heavens thanks to Mint's resurrection spell, or Raise Dead spell. So I'm taking my turn too. On the back, because you would think that, Hordian. You would think that the archer goes in the back, but the archer can't aim all around the world. You're a short-range archer. You were trained in the forest. You were trained where trees are blocking your view every 15 feet. And so, you're a very good archer, but you're a very good short-range archer. So, the most effective place to put you is right behind me, not just to maximize frontal damage, but because if I go forward, you gotta catch up to me first. You gotta walk more forward to be able to hit more enemy. So, this way you're actually putting that phenomenal bowman skill to use. Point of a bow is to poke things from a distance. Yeah, you are poking things from a distance. You're poking from right behind me. Those things drop sage. I was kind of getting worried that I was going to come to a point where I've used up all of the herbs. Especially since I've been super greedy and putting them all on the main guy. He's in front, he's gonna take the hits, put them all on him. But if there's more sages from these other enemies, I'm not gonna grind for them right now. But it's good to know they aren't limited. Please not use, gotta put you behind me, and maximize frontal damage in the same sentence. Hordian, what have I been saying about the equipment in this game and being comfortable in masculinity? The one thing holding this team back is that they don't feel comfortable enough with themselves to use what should be powerful equipment. If I'm gonna put you right behind me to maximize the frontal damage, then darn it, Hordian, that's where you're going. Okay, not dead yet, just very near death. Beastman. Is it really not gonna advance the spy lens text until I unpause? Come on! Come on, Wolf Team! Guess is gonna die again. Guess is gonna game over again. And I was so busy healing everyone else that I missed what the weakness is anyway. Yeah, I'm dead. The good news is, Muru's still up. He had to walk all the way up into me to cast. I'm a ghost. He doesn't have to walk into me to cast spells. Oh, it's fine. Hordian's alive now. Oh man, Hordian's dead now. And throws one more hellball, just to tease us. Ugh. Those things are extra rough. Okay, how do I keep those guys from hurting me too badly? I can't put things on a default state and account for every single enemy. Almost 20% of the way. Oh joy. 1/5 of the way through almost. I could put Nasu back and indignation everything into the stratosphere. What if I can't put double jade ring on Nasu, as funny as that would be. She's also got the mystic rune that makes her attack faster. Hordian right behind me to maximize full penetration. Nasu on top of Mint. Nasu. How many things are going to be resistant towards indignation? It's only 15 TP. 15 TP is pretty good. You'd spam Dimensional Divide, bitter, but Klest doesn't like fairy rings. Which one's Dimensional Divide? The translation is a bit different between the fan translation and what becomes standardized in the PS1 to future releases. Yeah, I think it is called something else. Dimensional Divide. It feels like that should be teleport, maybe. Soul Wave, perhaps? Distortional something? Here, let me look it up. I'm sure that internet has old translation in view. Dimensional Divide Fantasia. Chaos Distortion Blade. Is that it? Space and Time Azure Tearing Slash. Chaos Blade and Distortion Blade Arts. Which ones are you? So, Chaos Blade, according to the Acelia fandom wiki. User surrounds himself with energy before releasing it in a wave in front of him. Okay, that's a Soul Wave. So Soul Wave is a Chaos Blade. Distortion Blade. Crest slashes with his sword in the air, forming a blue dome of energy around himself. Alright, now we know. So, in fan translation parlance, that is the Soul Wave and the Soul Edge combined together into the Soul Strike. Soul Forge, right, the Soul Forge. Which I do have on my up B attack. I could just put the base up down blue dome one for his regular default. But I want Cinderhawk from a distance too. Do I want Cinderhawk from a distance? 50 TP. I got it on standby. Wait a minute. 50 TP it says. Oh, I had a fundamental misunderstanding for how this works. Because I had 2 jade rings on Guinea when I sent him into the arena, and I thought, why is the jade ring not lowering his TP cost? It says TP 20. If I put 2 jade rings on him, it should be doing 1/3 times 2 of 20, but I could see it's still doing 20 TP. I thought that the damage it showed, the TP cost it shows you stays the same. And it subtracts it from the actual cost to use in the fight. It always shows you the discounted price. I see now. I thought I was being cheated out. It does stack. It does stack because when I had double jade rings on him, it was showing a TP cost of 20. That's why I was so confused to see the cost as high as 50. Since I've had the jade ring on him so often. We could put jade ring back on the menu. I just have to be super careful with jerk enemies that like to paralyze and petrify. Consider save states for this dungeon. It's tempting, but... See, Teenager me did use save states. Teenager me did use very frequent use of save states. But I want to try to do it pure. I want to try. Please don't tell me these are immune to indignation or even healed by it. No! Nasu! Tidal wave. Tidal wave them. Okay. They don't like Tidal Wave, so I like Tidal Wave. Hey, Toasty. Toasty, you've woken up. He was sleeping in the cat tree back there for the stream so far. But Toasty, come here, come here. Come here, Toast. Ah, there's my big boy. You just wake up, Toasty? What time is it? 4:07? Oh, you want lunch, don't you? You just had lunch. You're awake because you heard your food dish go off. And then you ate a little bit of your food, and now you want more food or more company, is that it? Say hello, Toasty. He's shy today. You just want some attention right now, Toasty. You're making some very soft purrs, but the microphone can't pick up those soft purrs, Toasty. You want to play the game, Toast? You want to play for me? Here. Oh, look at that big ol' smile, Toasty. You like being rocked like that? Why don't I put you outside for now, Toasty? In about 20 minutes, I'll take a BRB, okay? You like the sound of that? Come, come. Alright. Back to dying. That was in the magic menu, that's why it was paused. Question mark bow, question mark bow. Am I gonna even want these question mark bows? Nope, they went to the shit pile. Who's got some Game Genie on them? Maybe we could put in some Game Genie codes for infinite... Okay, it's an arm, not a foot. Or infinite holy bottles. Snuck on through, beyond the barrier. Won't save state, but I'll joke about Game Genie. Who's got the Game Genie to keep my chair from sinking all the time?